This video is brought to you by Vantrue Dashcams. Their N4 Pro is one half of the setup you regularly see in my videos, which has excellent quality footage, and even more stunning nighttime footage. Use this code on screen for money off until the 16th of September, and please find links to a selection of their dashcams in the description. What's up, drivers? As many of you know, I sadly lost my dad Chris to cancer last May, and we did a fundraiser for the RNLI at his funeral. We also went one step further and applied to have his name put on a new Shannon lifeboat. Eventually, one day we learned that we'll have the chance to see the lifeboat and his name on it in person before it launches, and the tickets were free. However, the lifeboat was in Poole, just a measly 270 miles from Hull, for 2 weekends only. So I told my mum to clear her schedule, and we set off on the longest day of driving that I'd done in my life.
So far.
With a long road trip, there's always the fear that you'll run into some issues like Geeky Ads did recently with his trip to Blackpool, whether you're held up by a crash, or even worse, involved in it. So I gave us a target of a 6:30 AM set-off and had planned 4 places to stop for services.
Seagulls aren't bothered at all, are they? They just stand there.
Actually, you should have stopped at the crossing because there was somebody on it.
Something I'm very open about is the fact that I have ADHD, which I take medication for. Planning at what intervals I would take my meds was absolutely crucial, as I didn't want to be 2 hours from home and completely out of energy with my pills completely worn off. So needless to say, all I'd had so far was a coffee.
Oh shit!
What was that?
A fox.
Before I go on a pretty big rant about a certain southern roundabout, I just want to discuss a couple of updates with the channel. Firstly, I now have a new PC which I'm hoping should stand a very decent test of time compared to my old baby's first build your own PC. Second, I now work part-time for a charity, so won't be able to make videos as often, but I still wish to aim for a minimum of 2 per month. Third, because I'm cutting down how many videos I'll be making now, sadly, I shall be bringing 6 Minute Saturdays to a conclusion in episode 40. There's a whole bunch of reasons behind my decision, but the segments from that series will instead now sporadically appear in the other series on my channel.
Don't know about that. I thought you was taking that exit there then.
I did.
Why would you cut in? So close on a coach.
3 hours later.
Where the A34 meets junction 13 of the M4, there's a roundabout that I can only imagine was designed by a brain-damaged monkey, and my first ADHD pill of the day taken 20 minutes prior at a service station wasn't going to be any help here at all. This trip was back in April, so my memory fails me as to why I even needed to come off and back onto the A34, but as evidenced on Street View, it was most likely shut. So I stick to the left lane, you know, as you should, only to my horror to realise that I should have stayed right for the second exit. But where were the signs? Here? Nope. Here? Nope. Road markings anywhere? Nope. Just one warning immediately before the roundabout, and there was a queue 2 miles long trailing back in the lane I needed to be in. Unfortunately, this is where my footage begins, but huge shout out to this legend who let me in with no drama immediately when I stopped and put my indicator on. But I am now about to piss him off. I spot a woman who makes the exact same mistake as me. Doubtful there'll be someone else as generous as the chap behind me in the queue. I make a decision.
She'll look at you.
Yeah, she's coming. Right, do you get a thank you offer?
Yep.
I bet she thought, fucking hell, that never happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're northerners, love.
I was surprised I got let in, to be honest. Well, that's why I left.
Well, he might have been a northerner.
Well, he might have been. But that's why I left so much space there, so it didn't look like I was just trying to jump the queue, because that obviously wasn't what I was trying to do.
But that's
See,
Sam.
this is what I mean
That's
about...
Sam right on top of here.
I know.
It should be further back.
Now we were sat here for quite a long time until I noticed something. As we moved up a little further, I realised that I was seeing cars pass us on the left, but I wouldn't then see them go up the road to the left. Yep, this right-hand left turn only lane leads to a split lane that also goes to the A34 southbound. I eventually clock on, pick a gap, and before I know it, I'm breezing past all of this traffic and I'm back on track. After what I'd just dealt with an hour 20 ago, for once I actually don't blame anyone for completely avoiding the left-hand lane for this stretch.
If it comes a lane, I don't actually have to merge if I stay here. Less stressful.
The final stop I'd planned was an Esso next to Travelodge Stony Cross Lyndhurst. Unfortunately, their toilet was out of order, but while stopped here we had a lovely chat with a friendly gardener who wanted to hear our story and found my dislike for southern roads and roundabouts rather amusing. He wished us luck on the rest of our journey, and we cracked on.
Oh, right. I have to just floor it, I think. Imagine the Vauxhall trying to do that.
No.
It wouldn't have done it.
No, but even my car wouldn't have done it.
So we'd finally made it, just under 6 hours on the road, and after having a very disappointing lunch of crisps and Pepsi in a nearby pub because they don't serve food after 1 PM. Anyway, it seems a bit mental really to drive for this long to stand around for under an hour and take some pictures and videos of a boat, but to me and my mum it was much more than that. Every year as a kid, my dad would do an absolutely insane drive from Hull to Falmouth to take us on a ship called the Van Gogh, where we got to see a bunch of countries across Europe and Northern Africa. The least I could do in return now was make my own mental journey to see one little part of his lasting legacy while we had the chance. Plus, no journey is ever pointless if along the way you've helped other people, met some friendly strangers, and challenged yourself to push beyond things you've done before. Maybe I'll return to Poole when I'm 79 and find out what's buried under here. But right now, I have to take my second pill, and we have another 6 hours of driving to do. Nothing quite like a lovely 35-mile congested diversion on a road trip like today, eh? I've quit vaping since this next clip, but don't try this at home.
Well, why don't you stick it up your nose then?
As a proper texter, as I'm up and down like the Assyrian Empire in my living room,
You can.
I just thought,
That didn't feel
what would
nice.
be a simple
An added element of today's drive was that 2 days prior I'd gotten a pretty large tattoo on my thigh. By the time we got to Poole around 1 PM, my tattoo armour was already completely saturated with plasma and sweat, so needed dealing with. The plan? Buy some shorts. Believe it or not, Asda didn't have any shorts. The RNLI gift shop also, despite having every other type of apparel you could possibly think of, didn't have any shorts. My last hope was a services near Northampton, and the best option, for a low service station special price of £35, was a slightly strange smelling towel-like hooded poncho. So with my third pill and a KFC in my stomach and donning my fresh drip, I was once again ready to hit the road.
Everything is sorted.
Good. It's no worse than being uncomfortable when you're really driving.
Yeah, when you're doing 13 hours of driving.
Yeah.
Oh, you stupid pheasant.
I know it seems a daft question, but why are you overtaking people that's on your side?
Because I'm just staying in the left-hand lane where I'm supposed to be. Look, even the fucking bus. I'm not going to do that to the bus though.
Oh, I see.
I'm not undertaking if I never change lanes. Do you know what I mean? I'm just staying where I should be. They just so happen to be over there.
As far as road trips go, for how long this one was, it was one of the most relaxing and eventless long drives I've ever done in my life. Keep an eye out for my next video where I tear the first dashcam video I ever released, which is no longer on YouTube, to absolute shreds. Peace.